Hi everybody, my name is Raul Munguia. I teach viola at Pittsburgh State University in Southeast Kansas, and it is a pleasure for me to be with you again. This time I'm going to be talking about Wohlfahrt Etude number 6. This is quarter note between 76 and 88. I'm going to set it up right in the middle around 80 for the quarter note. So you get the idea. You can go either a little faster or slower, depending on your abilities. It wouldn't be nothing wrong with if you can set it up at 76 and go from there. It has a stroke. I mean, if you can look at the music, it has two dots on the two notes that are separated. And it's a little bit deceiving. Sometimes people tend to jump the bow here. And some other people tend to play martelé or connected. So I will right now set it up kind of in the lower part of the bow to the middle, and it's gonna be a little bit detached. It will not be off the string, so just to clarify that. And don't panic about those dotted 16 notes. So this is the way we're gonna do it is I'm gonna play it first, then we'll talk about it, and then I'll play it again a little bit slower for you to understand what it means and what it takes to play this. So this is quarter note equal 80. So here we go. Okay, it's not easy, but it's not really hard either. You just need to be aware of where you are in the music. It tends to be repetitive, so you kind of sometimes you check out of the music because you think you know it by memory, but it's a little tricky because sometimes one note changes the whole set of the harmony. And as you know, the notes are repeated. For instance, here, here. But sometimes that's not the case. Sometimes that changes. So, for instance, so you gotta be aware of that. And sometimes within the bar, then you can have a little bit of difference. For example, if you go from the bottom to the top, the second line from the bottom, second bar, you're gonna get this. That's the very last two notes on that bar. It's a little tricky. It's a little different. So it got me because I want to repeat that note. So I want to go. Just play that A, but it's actually A, G. So just got to be careful with that. Now you can start practicing this at your own pace, slowly, and set your bow in the middle, and you can just go. Almost like a martelé. Now be aware that at the beginning you have mezzo forte, and then in the second line you have forte. So maybe just by increasing the length of your bow, you change the volume of your instrument. So just be aware of that, as well as the diminuendo at the end of the second line. So to go back to the mezzo forte, and then it seems like Mr. Wohlfahrt wants you to stay mezzo forte for the rest of the etude, which I don't know if that's correct, but you can just go from mezzo forte to forte depending on how you feel about it. So definitely start almost like a martelé. Don't leave the string. Try to keep your bow on the string and try to keep it a little more compact. Don't let it grow too much, because by the time you go, then you lose lose contact with the string, the hair of the bow with the string, then it's too much space between that, and then you tend to open up the sound, as it doesn't sound very focused and direct. So don't go. That's not the purpose of the etude. So I hope this helps. Let me play it one more time, just under tempo, and then I'll take it. I'll play a couple of lines under tempo, and then I'll take it in the real tempo. So this is a little slower still. Sorry. That's pretty much it. I think this is a very not a very complicated etude, depending where you are on your technique. But this is one that really it's beautiful. It has nice melody, and it has great sequence, and it's not really complicated. It goes from from D to G, and then touches a couple of notes on the C string, but spends much of the time on the D and the A string. So I hope this helps you. Let me see if I can, how about if I play the last two lines so you can get a better idea of what that's how it's supposed to play. That sequence, it's a little tricky. I'm talking about the very first bar, the penultimate line here. So just be careful with that. I think that's the most tricky one. So remember, this is a process. You have to start slow. Maybe start around 65 to 70, and then start going to 72, 75, 78, 80, and you can even go to 88, which is... So the more it is close to the string, or the more it is on the string, the better it's going to be for you, the more control it's going to get. So hopefully this helped, and let me move on to the other one. Enjoy.